This is Eileen Caddy's guidance for today, February the 7th. Make time to search your heart. Are you taking anything or anyone for granted? Do you ever feel bored and fed up with life? Are you a giver or a taker? Is your life one of service to your fellow human beings, or do you demand certain rights for yourself? You cannot expect to find true and lasting happiness unless you give, and are there to serve without any demand for the self in any way. Only when you accept that this life is a life of service, a life of giving, a life of complete dedication to me and in my service, a life where the self is forgotten and you are living for the whole. Can you understand what I mean when I say that it is indeed a full and glorious life you are living, and how mightily blessed you are? So start right now expanding your consciousness. Start living and working for the whole, and see how your entire outlook and attitude will change. Well, a key principle here, and one that both Eileen and mystics and teachers across religions and spiritual teachers come back to, living a life of service. And that's where the real rewards are. When we make the meaning of our life about doing something, being of service to the greater good, acting for the greater good of humanity, that's when we are truly living the life that God intends for us. And that's also when we receive the most as well, because of course giving and receiving are on the same different ends of the same spectrum, different ends of the same polarity. And maybe you've noticed it before. When you're giving something, you're automatically in the flow of exchange where you're also receiving something at the same time. When I'm working with my private clients, I might be the coach or the mentor. I might be holding the space and guiding them. But in the energy exchange, I'm also receiving so much joy and nourishment from them too, not just money. It's not just a financial exchange. It's so much more than that. In yoga, in Sanskrit, we talk about seva, sacred service, or karma yoga, acting and creating this intention that for every act that we do, whether it's dusting the floor, doing the dishes, or meditating, or going about our daily job, we're doing it for God, we're doing it for the greater good. And when we come from that place, then everything unfolds perfectly and harmoniously. And that's why love in action was one of the founding principles and practices of the Findhorn Foundation, the Findhorn spiritual community, I should say, here in Northeast Scotland. Love in action. We act from a place of love. And what is love? Well, love is what we are, and it is God, the God within.